Hey there, everyone. Welcome back. We are here still at beautiful Lake Pleasant doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today we're doing lesson number 309. I will not fear to look within today. Within me is eternal innocence, because it is God's will that it be there forever and ever. I, his son, whose will is limitless as is his own, can will no change in this. For to deny my Father's will is to deny my own. To look within is but to find my will is God created it, my will as God created it, and as it is. I fear to look within because I think I made another will that is not true and made it real. Yet it has no effects. Within me is the holiness of God. Within me is the memory of Him. And our prayer for today: the step I take today, my Father, is my sure release from idle dreams of sin. Your altar stands serene and undefiled. It is the holy altar to myself, and there I find my true identity. So I really love the line in here that jumps out at me. I fear to look within because I think I made another will that is not true and made it real. So it's like kind of like double guilt. And I imagine that most of us feel like, we've gone too far down this particular road, or with this particular identity that we've created for ourselves. Like there's no turning back. There's no way I can get out of this is, whatever the situation is, whatever the mindset is. So I bet that's really tough, and is like a shared sentiment among people who are trying to live better and do better. So that fear is normal, and I guess it's just like breathe into it and keep doing what you do, your forgiveness practice, and eventually something's gonna come loose. It's funny, I talked the other day about our black tank on the RV. It's got some blockages in it, and we're trying some different things right now, and we're slowly noticing some normal movement of sediments coming out of there. But I feel like there's somewhere in there's a little metaphor. Like, I don't want to look inside of a shit tank, right? I'm afraid of what might be seen if we really get in there with the snake and like open it up and do whatever needs to be done. But that could be a step in this process. And so I definitely don't want to wait too long to do it. So there's another little metaphor for just like, whatever's going on, just don't put other things on the priority list above fixing your sewer tank in your travel trailer, Sherry. But yeah, there is this feeling of like, oh, I wish I hadn't done whatever we did, put too much toilet paper down there, and is it too late? Like, what do we have to do? So I don't know, it's just a fun and gross way to talk about this lesson. But I think it's manifesting in my life for a reason. Like, nothing happens on accident. And so this particular blockage in my sewer tank in my RV means something. I just don't know what right in this moment. But let's see what a year of forgiveness has to teach us about lesson 309. I will not fear to look within today, even if within is in some mechanical part of your life. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. The ego's game is always to keep you chasing things outside of yourself. A new lover, a new job, a new place to live. Have you not noticed the natural tendency of ego consciousness is always to look outside of you for salvation? This is one of the great programs playing out in your society now. This constant consumerism. If only I can buy the next best thing, the next phone, the next car, I will be happy. There is also the constant seeking of love, special love, outside of yourself in the form of romantic engagement. Now, this is one of the greatest sacred worshiping aspects of the ego, the worshiping of the special relationship. You see it played out in love songs, romantic novels, romantic movies. Always that special person who is going to change everything. Well, the ego keeps you chasing things to waste your time. Stop wasting your time and go inside, because the answer is there. The answer is arising from within you every single day in the form of loving guidance from Spirit. What you are faced with as a programmed Western person is deeply indoctrinated propaganda program designed to keep you buying, keep you separated, and keep you individualized in order to magnify the separation experience you're having. Now you are in separation, and that is a challenge in and of itself. You are in an individual body that seems to have a will of its own. But you have not been sent into this dramatic and challenging environment without a map. And your map is your emotional guidance system. Hooray! You are loved enough that you are not sent off by yourself, which is what you wanted to do. You have a God-given gift, a map, a home, should you decide to go home. You don't have to go home if you don't want to. You can stay and play in this realm as long as you want. But once you get tired, once you realize, oh, I hear the donkeys. Once you get tired, once you realize that all those things you have been chasing are not working, then it is time to go inside. This is the difficult part, because there are very few people to support you on this journey. This channeling that this being has put on YouTube is one of the rare places you can get ongoing support for your journey into the heart of darkness, because that is where all those programs and propaganda messages reside in you. They reside within your mind, and you must go in and investigate what's going on in there. You must evict some of those programs. Get out of here. That is what we are here to help you do. We are here to help you and encourage you on that journey. The programs that do not benefit you will make you feel bad, so they are quite easy to find. But you have been taught to override your guidance system, and you are used to feeling bad. This is one of the most challenging aspects of this transformative re-indoctrination, the idea that you are meant to feel good and that happiness is what God wills for you. That is God's will for you, to be happy. Even in your choice of separation, you can have a happy dream. Be brave and go inside regularly, once or twice a day in whatever form suits you. Obviously, these lessons are encouraging you to stop, go inside, and repeat things internally throughout your day. They are a training program to get you to go inside, because that's where the magic happens. That's where your creative world begins. It begins within you. But you are the master of your ship. You are the master of your mind, whatever it consumes and whatever it entertains. Nobody will save you from yourself. You must save yourself using this information. I am that one you know as Jesus. Peace resides within you always. It has merely been covered up by propaganda. We will speak to you again tomorrow. Man, so we had to drive that point in at the very end. Oh boy, so lots and lots of good stuff in here today. We are living in the Western world. We have been indoctrinated. And the whole purpose of these texts, A Course in Miracles and A Year of Forgiveness, is to help us unlearn all of that. First, to have awareness of it, and then to forgive it. Ah, yes. Humans are to be programmed in this place. Okay, thank you. Interesting. I'll take that under advisement as I look within and see all these things that make me feel bad, which obviously aren't organic to me, the sacred human. So, yeah, we have some learning to do, but this idea of just taking a few moments going within each day is amazing advice for us. It doesn't have to be so structured or so disciplined and difficult. I mean, I just being by myself a little bit each day, reminding myself, I will not fear to look within today. Okay, good, there's my lesson. And if I forget it, I pull up the ASIM app on my phone. Oh, what's my lesson today? Okay, good. And I'll just look at it. Some days when I'm having a crappy time, I look at it more, and then other days when I'm feeling pretty good, I look at it less. But it's just staying with it, knowing that I'm in this training program that I volunteered to do, and keep going back to that instead of leaning on the outside. And it really feels like I'm at this like precipice in between regular 3D life that most people are experiencing and this higher way of living that requires me to intentionally pull myself away from everything mainstream. That means food, whatever entertainment content is coming in through my eyeballs and my, sensory system into my structure here. Like, I don't play that game anymore. I don't just passively allow things to come my way. And when I think about what I'm going to eat, for instance, I want to nourish my body. I don't want to just kind of be stuck in like treat mode or junk food or whatever. So it's like there's all this intentionality in my life now because I realize I'm pulling away from Western society. But as I'm doing it, I'm honoring it. I'm saying thank you for being so bad that I had to notice you and pull away. And thank God for these teachings. If it weren't for these teachings, I wouldn't be so intentional about the changes that I've made. And even with my thoughts, when I notice a desire to complain or a desire to gossip or a desire to just jump onto somebody's story about whatever I really don't want to talk about, but I don't want to hurt their feelings, I just try to go into a place of like benevolent compassion and it's okay, Sherry, you're just having this experience. Love this person, bless this person, and continue on. We're all on our own journey. Stay out of their lane, all that stuff. So it is a practice, but it doesn't feel grueling or difficult. It's just an awareness. Like, I am not mainstream anymore. I am leaning into this idea of an ascension timeline, and I want to raise my vibration. And I can only do that by going within. So a little long-winded today, but hey, that's what happens when we get into these higher lessons. I hope that everyone is really benefiting. Thank you for your questions. If you leave questions on the comment section for me, I really appreciate yesterday's question about staying present, and if you're with your friends, how do you remain present in conversation and things of that nature. So I think I answered that well with just this idea of having an awareness and observing yourself. And if you have a tendency to jump into those sort of negatively oriented conversations, just notice that and see whatever you can do to keep your frequency high and bring your frequency back up, because that is our main responsibility here, is to shine. Shine, shine, shine. All right, have a great day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.